Your title is what people call you. Your function is what heaven sent you. Write this down. The earth may introduce you by a label, but heaven authorized you by an assignment. Titles are ceremonies. Function is purpose. Titles can be given and taken. Function is born with you and buried in you until you choose to deliver it. Say it with me. I don't need a title to function. Here is the trap. You keep waiting for permission, applause, or a badge before you serve what you were born to solve. Culture trains you to worship labels, manager, director, pastor, influencer, and to distrust quiet accuracy. We have a generation addicted to nameplates and allergic to responsibility. Write this down. The culture you respect will control you. If you respect labels, you will neglect function. If you protect image, you will abandon assignment. You are not an accident. You are an assignment. Let me confront it where it hides. In church, volunteers carry the weight without the mic. They are overlooked but expected to deliver excellence with a smile. Staff members are handed responsibilities but denied authority. They are told, make it happen, but not invited to the table where decisions are made. In the marketplace, many of you are given targets without tools, outcomes without ownership, KPIs without keys. And some of you accepted the arrangement because you thought a title would one day fix it. Hear me. A title cannot create authority where function is absent. Write this down. Function precedes title. Heaven authorizes what people may never announce. Say it with me. I was sent to function, not to wait. Again, louder. I don't need a title to function. When you measure yourself by what they call you, you shrink to fit their vocabulary. When you measure yourself by what heaven sent you, you expand to fit your assignment. Titles don't make leaders. Fruit does. Titles don't open doors. Credibility does. Titles don't attract followers. Value does. My friend, you've been negotiating with insecurity for too long, bargaining your assignment for acceptance, trading function for a front row seat. No more. Write this down. Approval is a poor fuel. Purpose is premium. Here is the promise. We are about to give you a kingdom playbook for leading by function until influence becomes undeniable. We will show you how credibility is built without permission, how service becomes your strategy, how vision creates authority, and how fruit announces you without politics. You won't need to beg for a badge. Your results will introduce you. Say it with me. My function will produce my influence. This is the foundation. Before any chair, before any board, before any title, there is assignment. Heaven has already signed your authorization. Now it's your move. Stop waiting to be called something. Start becoming what you were sent for. Now hear the core revelation. Write this down. Dominion was given before job descriptions. Before there was manager, bishop, CEO, or team lead, there was a royal decree. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion. That's Genesis 1:26. The Hebrew word is radah. Write that? Rad. To rule, to govern, to manage, to master. God didn't give a title. He gave an assignment. He didn't say, let him have a chair. He said, let him have dominion. Authority was delegated to a species, not to a position. That means leadership is your original design, not your employment package. Say it with me. I was created to lead in my domain. Again, authority is my assignment, not my title. You are not an accident. You are an assignment. Trapped in every follower is a hidden leader, suffocated by learned dependence and cultural labels. The text says, image and likeness, nature and function. Then let them have dominion, responsibility, and authority. Image precedes instruction. Likeness precedes leadership. Write this down. In the kingdom, authority is delegated by assignment, not granted by a chair. Let me make this plain. Kingdom authority is not the authority of a seat. It is the authority of a send. A king authorizes by word. His decree is your credential. When heaven assigns, earth is supposed to recognize. People may delay, fruit will not. A chair in the boardroom gives you position authority. An assignment from the king gives you dominion authority. Position authority manages people. Dominion authority manages purpose. Position authority waits for meetings. Dominion authority creates movement. This is where religion trips you. Many are praying for what they permit and calling it humility. You hide your gift and label it meekness. That is not humility, that is fear with a scripture. Meekness is power under control, not power under the bed. You say, I'm waiting on God, but the manufacturer is waiting on you to deploy what he already installed. Write this down. Heaven will not do what it assigned you to do. If he gave you radar, he expects you to function, order chaos, name problems, design solutions, set standards. Consider Adam. When did God give him a title? Never. He gave him a garden to cultivate and a world to manage. Assignments authorize activity. Activity produces credibility. Credibility attracts recognition. Leadership starts the moment you start functioning, not when you are promoted. Say it with me. I start leading when I start functioning. Your domain defines your dominion. Same root idea. Where you have sight, you have a right. Where you have design, you have duty. Stop waiting for a badge to use what you already carry. Start where you stand. Fix what you see. Serve what you know. Speak where confusion reigns. Set order where chaos lives. Write this down. Function is your microphone. Excellence is your amplifier. Fruit is your introduction. Begin to function and watch heaven back you before men ever announce you. Let me ask you a question. In a car engine, who is the leader? Don't answer too quickly. Look at the pistons, the spark plugs, the timing belt, the alternator, the fuel pump, the oil pump, the little terminal wire on the battery. Who is the leader? Write this down. No one and everyone. Say it with me. No one and everyone. Every part leads in its area of responsibility. The spark plug leads ignition. The fuel pump leads supply. The timing belt leads synchronization. The alternator leads electrical continuity. The oil pump leads lubrication. And a $4 wire can shut the car down. Importance is contextual. Leadership is functional. What did I say? Leadership is not rank. It is faithful function within a domain. The steering wheel isn't more important than the crankshaft. It's vital when you need direction. The dashboard doesn't move the car. It only reports. Some of you love dashboards, reports, posts, visibility, but you aren't moving anything. Write this down. Noise is not motion. Titles are not talk. Crowds are not traction. Movement is created when each component accepts responsibility and delivers value on time in order with excellence. Here is our problem. We have title idolatry. We want the hood ornament, but we neglect the engine. We ask for the mic and abandon the manual. We chase recognition and forfeit reliability. When you demand to be seen, you stop being effective. You become a horn, loud, impressive, and parked. Write this down. When you chase a title, you leave your post. When you leave your post, you break the system. Stay in your function and the system will announce you. Apply this to church. Who's the leader in the service? No one and everyone. The usher leads order at the door. The children's worker leads formation in the classroom. The sound engineer leads clarity in the atmosphere. The intercessor leads coverage in the unseen. The administrator leads systems so people stop drowning in chaos. If the parking team fails, you can lose the sermon before it starts. A $4 glitch in the media booth can shut down the message. Everyone leads by faithful function. Apply this to work. The receptionist leads access at the gate. The scheduler leads flow on the calendar. The analyst leads accuracy in the numbers. The intern leads learning by relieving weight with excellence. The warehouse picker leads velocity in fulfillment. The QA specialist leads standards so the brand stays trusted. Stop waiting to be near the CEO to validate your leadership. Write this down. Proximity is not authority. Performance is. Here is your measurable lens. Leadership equals responsibility taken plus value delivered. Not microphone time. Not a seat in the meeting. Not they know my name. Show me the errors you reduced. Show me the response time you improved. Show me the waste you eliminated, the clarity you created, the souls you served, the peace you protected. Say it with me. My domain is my dominion. I lead by faithful function. If you see a gap That is your cue. Don't announce a line. Don't argue, add value. Don't compete for the wheel. Complete the system. Write this down. Function faithfully, measure fruit, and the system will look for you. Who's the leader? No one and everyone. Now lead where you stand. Let me confront the virus that shuts down everything you just learned. Write this down. Whatever you tolerate, you will never change. Say it with me. Whatever I tolerate, I will never change. Leadership is born when toleration ends. Your domain is your dominion, but your dominion is paralyzed when you permit what you should prohibit. Stop praying about what you're permitting. Heaven will not downsize what you keep normal. Here is the trap of overlooked leaders. You see clearly, but you settle quietly. You become a professional sire. You sit in the meeting nobody prepared for. You already know it will drift. And you say, somebody in leadership needs to fix this. You notice the department that makes the same errors every month, same SKU mislabels, same invoice mismatches, and you roll your eyes, whisper to a friend, and wait for management to discover what you know. You serve on the ministry team that runs late every week. Call time is 8:30. Folks stroll in at 8:45. Mics aren't checked. Slides aren't loaded, and you learn to live with crisis as culture. Write this down. If you can live with it, you've licensed it. There are two spirits in this room, complaining and governing. Complaining points at the problem. Governing touches it. Complaining criticizes with distance. Governing corrects with service. Hear me. Criticism without service is rebellion. Service with conviction is leadership. You say, I'm just keeping it real. No, you're keeping it normal. Real leaders end what others endure. Say it with me. I am not a critic. I am a governor. Let's get practical. In your domain, pick one tolerated dysfunction. Only one. The meeting that starts late and ends confused. The handoff that drops information between teams like a leak in a pipe. The Sunday rehearsal that pretends to be a surprise every week. Now declare, I will not permit this to remain normal. Write this down. Authority begins where your no becomes non-negotiable. How do you end toleration? You replace it with standards. Define the standard, publish the expectation, build the checklist, create the template, clarify the roles, assign the owner, set the time, measure the outcome. What did I say? Nothing changes until standards are set, tools are supplied, and accountability is enforced. Leaders don't wait for perfect authority. They create believable results. Start with what you control. If you control nothing, control yourself. Arrive early, prepare excellently, document clearly, and your standard will shame indifference and attract allies. Write this down. Don't announce the problem. Adopt it. Don't curse the darkness. Install the bulb. Don't post about it. Produce a prototype. When your service starts governing, the culture will feel the shift. The birth of leadership is the death of toleration. Say it with me loud. This ends with me. I stopped permitting what I was sent to correct. Now go end one tolerated dysfunction this week and watch authority rise to meet you. Now we shift the identity. Write this down. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Say it with me. My job is a task. My work is my purpose. Many of you feel an ache because you've been deployed by heaven, but trapped by systems that only reward roles. You are carrying a solution, but being paid for a position. You arrive with assignment, but they measure you by attendance. That produces frustration, not because you are rebellious, but because your nature is dominion and your environment is containment. Let me explain why titleless leaders often feel misunderstood. You were designed to bring order, but the system asks you to bring coffee. You were sent to solve, but you are managed to maintain. They call it helping out. Heaven calls it governing in your domain. Write this down. Employment uses your hands. Deployment unleashes your gift. A company can rent your time, but they cannot own your authority. Authority is embedded in your gift. Your gift is your jurisdiction. When your gift solves problems, people will call you before they check your title. They don't ask the mechanic for a certificate when the engine dies. They ask, can you fix it? They don't care if the surgeon has a parking space. They care if the tumor is removed. Value is louder than vanity. Write this down. Function creates demand. Demand confers authority. When you discover your gift, you discover your authority. Volunteers, listen to me. You are not helping. You are supplying a missing value to the body. The eye is not helping the hand when it sees. It is functioning in its dignity. The usher is not helping the preacher. The usher leads order at the gate. The sound engineer is not helping the worship team. They lead clarity in the atmosphere. Function is dignity. Say it with me. I refuse to call my gift help. I call it supply. Here is the freedom sentence. Write this down. If they fire you, your gift goes with you. Your paycheck is not your source. It is a receipt for time rendered. Your source is the manufacturer who installed your gift. If one outlet disconnects, the current remains. Say it, I am deployed, not trapped. So how do you live this out inside a system that doesn't yet see you? You deliver your work through your job. You smuggle excellence into your task. You bring your assignment to their agenda. You document the fruit. Your gift produces errors reduced, speed increased, satisfaction improved, order created. People promote what they cannot ignore. Write this down. Let your work introduce you where your job cannot take you. Leaders don't seek followers. Followers are attracted to leaders. When your gift begins to govern, invitations will replace applications. Here is your next step. Identify the domain where your gift consistently creates results. Serve that gift daily, even if they only pay you for the role. Build a track record of fruit so obvious it becomes embarrassing to overlook. Your job may change. Your title may fluctuate. Your work is permanent. When you discover your gift, you discover your authority. Now deploy it. Write this down. Credibility is the currency that buys influence when titles are unavailable. Titles can be given in a moment. Credibility can only be earned over time. A badge can open a door once. Credibility becomes a master key. By their fruit you will know them. Not by their flair, not by their followers, by their fruit. Let me hand you the ladder. Step one, reliability. Reliability simply means you do what you said, when you said, how you said, consistently. Show up early, finish clean, close loops, return messages, hit deadlines without drama. Document your commitments and your completions. Write this down. Reliability creates predictability. Predictability creates peace. Peace creates trust. Many talented people are untrusted because they are unpredictable. Lead yourself first. Step two, competence. Reliability without competence is polite failure. Study your craft. Ask for standards. Master the tools. Learn the language of your domain metrics, constraints, workflows. Don't be the person who needs 3 reminders and still asks, where's that file? Upgrade your skill until your results are not a surprise. They are a signature. Write this down. Competence is credibility's backbone. Step 3, initiative. Competence that waits for instructions is still immature. Leaders anticipate. You see the bottleneck? Remove it. You know the form is broken? Redesign it and bring a working draft. You notice rehearsal is sloppy? Publish the checklist and time each step. Don't announce your brilliance. Demonstrate your care. Initiative is quiet authority that moves first. Step 4, problem ownership. This is where leaders are born. You stop pointing, you start carrying. Adopt a chronic issue and shepherd it to health. Trace root causes, not symptoms. Build a prototype, not a paragraph. Define success metrics and report them weekly. Ownership makes you unignorable. Write this down. When you own a problem, the problem introduces you to decision makers. Step 5, trust. Trust is the compound interest of reliability, competence, initiative, and ownership. Protect confidences. Refuse gossip. Communicate clearly before, during, and after. When things go wrong, tell the truth fast and bring options. Protect unity, not egos. Unity is not silence. It is alignment around purpose. Your word should be a place of rest in a storm of noise. Step 6, influence. Influence is when others adjust their behavior because of your demonstrated value. You won't need to beg for a seat. They will pull out a chair. Write this down. Leaders don't seek followers. Followers are attracted to leaders. Here is the fruit magnet principle. If your work makes others work easier, they will look for you even if your name is not on the org chart. Make your manager look wise. Make your teammate faster. Make your customer calmer. Fruit is a magnet. Beware of loud leadership and choose quiet authority. Loud leadership announces. Quiet authority accumulates. Titles post pictures. Credibility post numbers. Noise is not motion. Fruit is movement. Stop advertising. Start advancing. Keep results. Log errors reduce. Time saved. Satisfaction increase. Waste eliminated. Share summaries, not selfies. Now your playbook. This week, pick one wrong and strengthen it. Audit your reliability. Track on-time ratios and close every open loop by Friday. Upgrade one competence. Complete a micro course or master a tool and demonstrate the gain. Take one initiative. Propose and pilot a small process fix with a measurable benefit. Own one problem. Deliver a simple SOP and before-after data. Practice trust. Give clear agendas, precise minutes with owners and due dates, and refuse gossip. Write this down. The ladder has no elevator climb daily. Say it with me. My fruit is my resume. My credibility buys my influence. I lead without permission because I serve undeniable value. Write this down. In the kingdom, authority looks like a towel before it looks like a throne. The King of Kings rose from supper, laid aside his garment, took a towel, and washed their feet. That was not weakness, that was dominion in a basin. He didn't lower his status, he revealed his standard. The Greek word for servant is diakonos, minister, attendant, one who supplies. Service is not subservience, it is provision. It is mastery expressed as supply. Say it with me. My service is proof of my authority. Let me correct a fear many of you carry. You think if you serve, people will use you. Write this down. In the kingdom, service is how leaders use power, not how people use leaders. Service is not silence. It is strategic supply. You do not serve to be stepped on. You serve to make purpose move. Meekness is not weakness. It is power under control. The towel is not a gag. The towel is a tool. It wipes confusion, not your voice. Serving means you add value without demanding control. It does not mean you tolerate abuse, confusion, or exploitation. Your no is part of your service when your no protects the mission. Now hear the word covering. Leaders cover. What do we cover? We cover the mission, we cover people, and we cover standards. Write this down. Covering is leadership in the unseen. You protect the mission by keeping priorities pure, no drift, no celebrity detours, no schedule abuse. You protect people by absorbing chaos, clarifying expectations, and shielding them from unnecessary storms. You protect standards by setting checklists, enforcing timing, and refusing sloppiness. You don't need applause to cover. Umbrellas don't ask for claps. They just stay open in the rain. If you need credit to cover, you are serving image, not purpose. But I must confront the temptation of the overlooked leader. Bitterness. When you serve without a mic, the enemy whispers they are using you. If you swallow that, your heart becomes sour. Write this down. Bitterness is the mold that eats your discernment. Bitter eyes misread motives. Bitter hands drop standards. Bitter leaders lead from injury. And when you lead from injury, you injure what you lead. Joseph served in a prison without bitterness, and his service introduced him to Pharaoh. David served a jealous king with a heart, and his service trained his hands for a crown. Don't let pain rewrite your purpose. Cure your heart so your towel stays clean. How do you serve with authority and boundaries? Define your assignment so your supply is focused. Clarify standards so your help doesn't enable dysfunction. Say no to abuse. Escalation for alignment is part of service. Build tools, templates, checklists, SOPs so your service multiplies without you. Communicate early, during, and after so those you cover never walk blind. Document fruit so your service educates the blind and humbles the proud. Write this down. Service that lifts, clarifies, and protects is dominion at work. Say it with me loud. My service is proof of my authority. Again, my towel builds my throne. I am not waiting to be announced. I am supplying what is missing. I cover the mission. I cover people. I cover standards. I will not be bitter. I will be better. Now take your towel into your domain, lift someone, advance purpose, protect the standard, and let heaven announce you through the fruit. Now let me lift your towel with eyesight. Write this down. Vision is more important than leadership. Say it with me. Vision is more important than leadership. Why? Because leadership without destination is manipulation. If you can move people but you don't know where you're going, you're just exercising power on pedestrians. Vision defines destination. Leadership transports people there. Without a picture and a path, motion becomes abuse. Listen carefully. Some of you are already leading without a title because you see what others cannot see. Sight creates responsibility. When God gives you sight, he gives you assignment. Vision creates authority. The Hebrew word for vision is chazon, prophetic sight, revealed picture. Where there is no chazon, people wander, waste, and wither. Jesus warned, if the blind lead the blind, both fall into a ditch. Write this down. Don't follow sightless charisma. Follow clear direction. Don't copy a style. Pursue a destination. Here is the law of stewardship for seers. If you see it, you are responsible for it. Not to criticize it, responsible to clarify it. Not to accuse, responsible to architect. Vision without stewardship is fantasy. So become a vision steward. Bring solutions, not accusations. Write it, map it, test it small, report results. Say it with me. I am a steward of what I see. Let me give you a practical framework. Burn this into your planner. Observe, interpret, propose, pilot, measure, scale. Write this down. Observe, watch patterns, pain points, and possibilities in your domain. No assumptions, real data. Interpret. Ask why 5 times until root causes surface. Separate noise from signal. Propose. Draft a simple 1-page plan with the problem, desired outcome, 2 options, risks, and an owner. Pilot. Test the smallest viable change over a short window. 1 team, 1 shift, 1 service. Measure. Define clear metrics before you start. Time saved, errors reduced, satisfaction improved, costs lowered, and report weekly. Scale. When the pilot proves value, codify the process, train others, and expand responsibly. Make your domain a laboratory of improvement. Your office, your ministry team, your shift, turn it into a test bed where vision is verified by results. Document everything before, after, snapshots, checklists, timelines. Write this down. Evidence is the evangelist of vision. People don't argue long with fruit. Warning, beware the blind leading the blind. Popular leadership styles are costumes. Vision is a compass. You don't need to act like a celebrity CEO or a trending pastor. Stop imitating voice tones and Instagram poses. Ask one question. Where are we going? And how will we know we've arrived? Vision governs method. Clarity determines culture. The person with the clearest picture will quietly become the pace setter even without a chair. Say it with me loud. If I see it, I'm responsible for it. Again, when God gives me sight, he gives me assignment. Vision creates my authority. Now go see on purpose, observe, interpret, propose, pilot, measure, scale, steward what you see, and let the results authorize your voice. Vision first, position later, fruit will do the announcing. Now that you've decided to steward what you see, hear the integration. Write this down. Function produces fruit. Fruit produces demand. Demand produces recognition. Titles often chase impact they did not create. Say it with me. My fruit will do the announcing. Jesus said, by their fruit you will know them. Not by their flair, not by their followers, by their fruit. Here is the non-political path to becoming unignorable. Avoid gossip. Avoid factions. Avoid manipulation. Gossip is the acid that dissolves trust. Factions are weeds that choke vision. Manipulation is counterfeit leadership. It moves people without mission. Write this down. Let results speak and let character protect results. Your integrity is the insurance policy on your influence. Quantify your fruit. Don't say we did better. Prove it. Time saved, minutes per task cut from 12 to 7, errors reduced, missed labels from 14 a week to 2. People cared for, follow-up calls completed within 24 hours at 98%. Processes improved, handoff, checklist, cut, rework by 40%. Attendance stabilized. No-show rate down from 18% to 6% over 6 weeks. Conflicts lowered. Escalations per month dropped from 9 to 3 with a clear SOP. Discipleship strengthened. Small group completion up from 52% to 81% through a pathway and mentors. Write this down. Fruit must be countable or it will be questionable. How do you lead up without playing politics? Honor is your highway. Communicate respectfully. Present options, not ultimatums. Ask for permission to pilot. Give leaders credit. Here's your script. Schedule a 5-minute review. Bring a 1-page brief. Current state, desired outcome, 2 options with costs and risks, and a 7-day pilot plan. Define success metrics before you start. Ask, may I run this quietly and report back? During the pilot, send concise updates. What happened? What changed? What's next? When it works, say publicly, thank you for allowing me to test this under your leadership. When it misses, say, here is what failed, why, and 2 corrected options. Write this down. Authority with humility multiplies access. Refuse side conversations that recruit allies against your leader. If you must correct, do it up front and in private. Praise publicly, critique privately, own your part immediately. Protect the house while you improve the house. Say it with me. I honor up, I support across, I develop down. That posture makes fruit safe to recognize. Here is the law that ends striving. Write this down. Promotion is attracted to productivity, not proximity, not politicking, productivity. When your work lifts weight, leaders look for you. When your numbers defend themselves, rooms open without you knocking, invitations replace applications, recognition becomes an afterthought because results are front page. So go finish your pilot, count the fruit, report with honor, refuse to whisper network, keep your data clean and your conscience cleaner. Say it with me loud. In the kingdom, fruit is my resume. Results draw recognition without rivalry. Now function with excellence and let your numbers testify while your character keeps you trusted. We end with action. Write this down. Start functioning immediately. Deployment triggers authority and authority produces fruit. For the next 7 days, choose 1 domain, 1 problem, 1 measurable outcome, not 5. 1. Say it with me. I will not wait to be appointed. I will be deployed. Pick a space you already touch, a team, a shift, a ministry unit, a process you see daily. Select a single chronic friction you are tired of tolerating. Define 1 outcome you can count in a week. Time saved, errors reduced, satisfaction improved, clarity created. Day 1, observe and write. Walk your domain with a pen, not a prejudice. Document what is, not what you feel. Time the steps, count the misses, note the delays. Capture before photos of the chaos, screenshots, timestamps, checklists that don't exist. Write this down. Your baseline is your truth teller. Choose 1 problem with high frequency, clear ownership, and visible value if solved. Leadership is born when toleration ends. Today you end 1 tolerance by naming it on paper. Day 2, consult and clarify. Talk to the people closest to the pain. Ask 5 whys until root causes surface. Clarify the expected standard. What should right look like? Identify constraints, policies, tools, timing. Then honor up. Request a 5-minute huddle with your leader. Present what you observed and ask for permission to run a tiny pilot. Say 1 week, 1 fix. I'll report results. Write this down. Honor is your highway. Clarity is your compass. Day 3, propose a micro solution. Draft a 1-page brief. Current state, desired outcome, 2 options with costs and risks, and the smallest viable change you will test. Build a simple tool, a checklist, template, script, or SOP. Define success metrics before you start. Reduce late starts from 9 to 3, cut label errors from 12 to 4, reply to inquiries within 24 hours at 95%, assign an owner and a time box. What does done look like? Put it in writing. Day 4 pilot, run the micro solution for one service, one shift, one cycle, start on time, follow the checklist, communicate early, during and after. Serve with your towel and your stopwatch. Don't post, perform. Write this down. Quiet execution is loud authority. Day 5, measure. Compare the pilot to your baseline. Count the savings. Note the misses. Gather 2 brief testimonies from those who felt the difference. Build a simple before-after snapshot. No art, just truth. Fruit must be countable or it will be questionable. Day 6, refine. Hold a 1 5-minute after action. What worked? What failed? Why? Adjust the tool. Tighten the steps. Clarify the roles. Train one other person to run it without you. Write this down. Multiplication is the proof of mastery. Day 7, report and document. Deliver 1 0-minute report to your leader. Honor by name. Thank the team. Present the numbers, lessons, and a humble next step. Ask, may we extend this for 2 more cycles? Archive your SOP with dates and owners. Send a concise summary to stakeholders. Authority with humility multiplies access. Say it with me. I will not wait to be appointed. I will be deployed. You are not an accident. You are an assignment. The world is waiting for your function. Stop hiding behind humility and start governing your assignment. Repeat this 7-day cycle every month until your influence matches your gift. Observe, consult, propose, pilot, measure, refine, report again and again. Write this down. Consistent deployment creates undeniable authority, and authority produces fruit. Now go lead where you stand and let heaven back you.